Visual JForex, we will be starting afresh to develop the algorithm using the indicator Ehlers Laguerre RSI, the relative strength index, which is a bit different than the traditional RSI, and we will see how we can adopt these indicator for our purpose of defining and designing the logical algorithm for the profitable execution of the trades on the JForex platform. So we head to the Visual JForex board, which has been developed by the Dukascopy Bank SA. You will find this indicator amongst the oscillator just below the force index. The last session was all about the force index, and we had completed the algorithm using that indicator block. Now this is the new session, new day, and the new indicator LRSI. We have to define these four parameters depending on which we will get this output value, the line 13 in this case, which we then can use to define and design the conditions. And I will give you a refresher, not refresher, I will explain to you. And this is the Euro USD chart, which first I will change to 4-hourly time period. We want to be trading with the trend, and for that we are relying on the LRSI output value. We want this trend to be on our side, and for that we want to be going for the buy trade when we have the LRSI value above 50. And this time around we are not going to be bothered with the relative change. We simply want its value to be above 50, whether it is at 100 or 80 or 70, doesn't matter. And whether in the penultimate 4 hours the value was higher or lower compared to the last 4 hourly blocks LRSI output, we are not looking into that also. So only thing is that we want this output to be above 50 for any buy trade to take place, and below 50 for any sell trade to take place. And similarly, there is no condition on its relative values. We are not really concerned with the output value. Only thing is that it should be below 50, and that will indicate that the underlying instrument is in the bearish trajectory, and this might be the time to short, to go for the sell trade. And to then optimize the trade, we will be taking the help of the lower time frame charting, like the 15 minutes. And on the 15 minutes we will be checking for optimum entries. Now, provided the buy or the sell condition is in place, next thing we will do is go for a structure, go for a setup which will increase our profitability. Now, looking at the instance of buy trade, if we have the condition favorable on the 4-hourly chart, 4-hourly time period, we will look for the optimum entry point where the due correction has happened. Now the momentum is again shifting, and on the lower time frame charts, lower time frame, it looks like that after the correction the trend is going to resume, and that is when we want to get involved for the new trade. And for that, we are using the combination of three LRSI blocks. One is going to be with the shift value of 1, another with the shift value of 4, and a third block is going to have the shift value of 7. So that will help us retrieve the data over last 1.5 hours, and using that, we will be determining the point of entry for the underlying instrument. So whenever we have the LRSI output value rising above the preset condition, preset value of 20, we will take the 20 as a marker on the lower side, and below 20 means underlying instrument has been in the overbought, oversold territory, and when it is above 80, that means it is overbought. So it has been in the overbought territory for quite a while now, and now it is trying to rise again, and it goes on to cross about 20. And at that point in time, we will consider the output value 45 minutes back, and for that we are using the LRSI indicator with the look back period of 4. So we will consider its value, and its value should be at 0. And then we will also consider the LRSI block with look back period of 7, and its value should also be at 0. So that will mean that the underlying instrument has been in oversold territory. I'm confusing two words. And after that, after having stayed in oversold territory, some sort of reversal is taking place. So we want to get involved at that point in time, and we want to go for a buy trade. And instead of going for a market open, what we will do, we will consider last hour's price action. We will take 4 blocks of 15 minutes each. We will use the 8 historical candles with candle amount of 4, and we will see what is the highest and the lowest point over last 1 hour. We will take half of it and deduct the deduct the half of the difference between the highest and the lowest point from the last tick price, and place a limit order on the lower side. And for the sell side, we will first take on the 4 hourly time frame, and then there the conditions should be favorable as I explained to you earlier. And after that, our attention will shift to the lower time period of 15 minutes, and here we will need the last 15-minute LRSI output to be below 80, and the LRSI output value with the lookback period of 4 should be constant at 100, and same thing for the LRSI block with the lookback period of 7. So that will mean the underlying instrument has been in overbought territory for more than 1.5 hours, and now it is showing the signs of reversal, and that is why we want to get involved for a new shorting opportunities. And to place the order, here also we will be considering the price action. We will be looking at the difference of the highest and the lowest price over last 1 hour. We will take half of it and add that to the last tick price. So this is going to be a sell limit order, with the order being placed above the current market price for the underlying instrument. Now we head back to the Visual JForex board, and here we will have to start with the instrument subscription first. After that, we will take the blocks which need to be put in place for defining and designing this algorithm. So let us start with the first thing, which is to get the instrument subscription done. The instrument of choice this time around is going to be Euro USD, and for a change we will be keeping on tick as our start point, and that changes how we carry out the instrument subscription. In most of the sessions last month, the on candle was the first choice for the start point. Default variable, default instrument, then should match to the tick instrument, and tick instrument should then match to the instrument of our choice. Here I will have to find the Euro USD amongst these listed instruments, and fortunately enough, I have found it in no time. And position info, all position amount is being kept at 0, so as to make sure there is no open or pending order on the account before new order gets placed. Coming to these input blocks, input values for this block, I will change this candle period to 4 hourly, and the shift value is going to change to 1. Damping factor will remain the same. And if you want to go into the technical aspects of these indicator block, I would suggest that you refer to the introductory video, which was dealing with the technical aspects and how this indicator works. Now this session is more about the functional aspects, and as a result of that, I'm not really going into how it is calculated. Now we will need 4 more of these LRSI blocks. This will be changed to 4 hours, and the shift value is going to be 2. We are not changing anything here. Damping factor is going to be same for all these 4 blocks. This will be changed now to 15 minutes, and shift value is going to be 1. Second block is going to be changed to the look back period of 4. Candle period is going to be 15 minutes. One more LRSI block will be needed. Shift value is going to be 7. Okay, so we have got these 5 LRSI blocks, and along with this we are also going to rely on the info blocks, the gate historical candles. The candle period will need to be changed. It is going to be 15 minutes with the shift of 1. Candle amount I will change to 4. No, not this. Now we are going to need 3 of these, and before that position viewer will also need to be added. Not position viewer, sorry, loop viewer. So we take this array of data of candles 21, and whenever we need individual variable, we will be able to get that using this output value. shift is going to be 1. Candle period of 15 minutes. This one is going to be 10 seconds. Is going to be 2. Okay. So we have defined these blocks, get historical candle with varying candle periods. And with this, we have got these building blocks for our algorithm. But in later sessions, of course, we will have to carry out the calculations, and then afterwards, we will need to be adding the conditions which need to be fulfilled by the price action, and only after that the order will be placed. But given the paucity of time, we will stop here for the day, and in next session we will begin again with a new purpose and of course the ideas of how we can go about these algorithm execution part. So thank you all for joining in. Do subscribe to the Dukascopy webinar channel to stay updated on market developments. See you next time. Till then, goodbye.